Here we go!
We're feeling very gay because it's almost time to play. Grab your favorite chair, we're the Lucky Pierres. Yeah!
All right, guys, welcome back to the Lucky Pierres. We got another top 5 for you tonight. This is going to be an interesting one. We got our top 5 guilty pleasures. All right, guys, top 5 guilty pleasure movies. That means movies that are frowned upon in either by critics or by just the audience as a whole.
Okay.
The mass audiences just rated very poorly, let's just say, and we love them. Those are guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first if you want.
Go for it.
I feel like it's going to be a very weird list.
Go for it.
Okay, number 1, Zookeeper.
With Kevin James.
Kevin James as a zookeeper who can talk to animals.
I've never seen it.
Well, the funny story is I went to Mexico with my family and my girlfriend, and on the TV, almost everything was in Spanish because we were in Mexico.
Yeah.
So I found the Zookeeper on TV in Spanish, and then like the next channel was it in English, and like it was just late at night, and I couldn't sleep in my hotel room, a fancy resort, and I would just watch the Zookeeper and woke people up with my laughter because it was killing me.
It was so funny.
It's so funny. It's so stupid, but it's so funny, and I loved it, and I bring it up all the time now. Like, like Zookeeper, we got to watch it again.
I gotta watch that.
It was. I don't know why, but it might have been a delirious
You say you
lack
were in
of sleep
Mexico?
thing. Yes,
You might have been like some Mexican water, Mexican shrooms or
maybe,
something.
but
to
it was
get you-
great. It was hilarious. Yeah, I mean it's guilty pleasures. So.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Okay. Then there's 2 I'm lumping together because you know how I went through that shark fad where I was watching really terrible shark.
Oh,
movies
yeah.
recently, and House Shark and Sharks of the Corn, I put it on the same level because they are both
Sharks of the Corn.
they're both like very low budget, very terribly executed at times, but I was way more engrossed in either one of them than I should have been. Especially House Shark because there's fucking like Abraham Lincoln as a shark hunter for a great white shark that lives within your house, not in water, in your house. And yeah, they're both just absurd and great.
I'm the biggest shark guy there is, and that sounds like garbage to me. So
It was great.
I'll have to check them out, though.
I'm big into Children of the Corn. And then, so I put Children of the Corn from 2018, just because I feel like that's the lowest rated of the Children Corn movies by the masses.
It's probably like a 4 out of 10, you know?
But I still rate it, so I picked that one, because out of the whole franchise, it was hard to pick, like, oh, what's the biggest guilty pleasure? Because I like every Children of the Corn movie.
Yeah.
So I just picked that one.
I watched the first one like 100 times when I was young.
It's so good.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like,
And then Halloween Resurrection.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Busta Rhymes.
Yes, because it's the lowest.
I also love that one.
Compared
Do you
to
really?
Yeah.
Halloween
Wow.
Kills, maybe that might be the lowest rated one now.
Yeah.
But before that, Resurrection is like the lowest rated Halloween.
it
and
still might be,
rate it.
actually.
Still rate it. Love it.
Yeah. I remember it being
Yeah,
decent,
Busta Rhymes fucking like flying kicks
Yeah, he, like,
Michael Myers
spin
through a
kicks him.
window. Like Biohazard kicks him
Busta's
through a
the
window.
man. How can you not love Busta?
And then an Uwe Boll movie, because I know how much Ben loves him. Rampage, where the man, like, it's a younger guy, orders like the pieces of a suit and like of weapons and goes on a mass like rampage killing spree.
That same old story.
It could actually happen.
Yeah.
That has actually
And then,
happened. You know?
A couple honorable mentions because some of them, well, 2 of them I don't think anybody cares about. Between Worlds was a Nicolas Cage movie that I saw at one year when I went to Fantastic Fest that I have not heard about since, and I don't think anybody really saw it.
What's that about?
Basically, Nick Cage like is possessed by a dude's or a lady's like ex-husband who died, but is also like himself at the same time, and is like fucking the wife and her daughter at the same time because he's like 2 different people, and it's just a weird Nicolas Cage craziness.
You sure it's not a documentary?
Yeah, but it was great, and you get to see a attractive Australian girl's butt in the movie.
What's it called again?
Between Worlds. I also got to she was there for a meet and greet, that Australian girl.
wow.
And it was a cool
Oh
thing.
wow.
What am I supposed to say?
And then a Serbian film, which I'm not going to say.
You're
is
going hard in the paint for a guilty pleasure
Well,
there.
I'm not
we need to start this boy over.
well, that's what I was just going to say. It's not like a pleasure, but how I.
If that's a pleasure to you, get the hell out of my
that's
place.
what I just said. It's not
No,
a
I'm
pleasure,
playing,
but
I'm playing.
I told you how I was trying to figure out this list. Was I sorted all the movies I've seen by the lowest rated publicly, and then compared that to my rating.
That's how I did it.
And
Kinda,
that's
yeah.
obviously a Serbian
And then
film
picked
is
a few.
very low rated for the mass public, but I rated it higher than that because as a movie, I thought it was very well done and
It is.
I was gonna say
And
it's
it's
a
like-
good movie.
it's
Production-
I've seen
It is,
it is,
though.
and I've seen it more than once, so I've had
That's-
to put it on there.
That's
They're
a bit much.
chiseling my name in hell for saying that.
And then another movie that I know neither of you have ever heard of is called Zero, and it's an Indian movie, which a lot of Indian movies have to do with arranged marriage or obviously it's modern day, so they're not as hammering home the arranged marriage, but there's dating sites and you go to your parents will go to a matchmaker to find you a match, but the whole movie is the dude's basically a midget, but it's very weird because it's very obvious that he's edited to look like a midget, it's CGI made him tiny.
Yeah, he's just a normal person-sized human. I mean,
And so it's the whole thing of him trying to find a match of a normal sized woman, but he's a rich midget, and it's just hilarious. And I was way more invested in this movie when I saw it in theaters than I should have been.
whoa, little person. Okay.
did you guys see those dudes fighting at UFC?
Yeah,
Yes.
They're
Yes.
I don't know what they are.
Yeah,
No,
they're
they're-
dwarfs, I believe.
I think they're smaller
No,
than that though.
They're tiny. Yeah,
They
They both have the same disease.
Insanity.
They both
Yeah,
have the same
crazy,
disease.
yeah.
They're both the same age. They're 19 years old or something.
But let's not
surprised
get
I
off.
lived through seeing that.
Crazy, yeah. But let's not get off track here. What?
That's it. That's everything.
Joe, what do you want to go next? You want me to?
Sure.
All right, Joe's up next. Here we go.
I have Leprechaun in the Hood. Which,
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
nobody likes Leprechaun movies to begin with, but when he goes to the Hood, no one's gonna give that a high rating.
I love
It's great.
it. I love it.
He rhymes and all that. And
He,
kills
raps
people
and stuff.
and he
so, I mean,
raps in
yeah,
this
it's
one. so,
Amazing.
it's great.
Amazing cinema. Troll 2, because
That's a great one.
just
That's a
the
great
acting
one.
is top notch. God.
So bad it's good.
Oh, it's great.
But let's get back to Leprechaun though. Not only did they make one of them, they
Oh.
made two of those
And
movies.
it's called Back
Oh,
to
there's
the
more.
Hood.
There's-
DA.
Isn't there a more than two?
no,
There's just two. He goes Back to the Hood.
Back to, you don't like the first one, Leprechaun in the Hood. You like Back.
Oh, they knew people loved it. So they were like, we're gonna send him back. obviously.
You- wait, you said Back to the Hood, right?
The Leprechaun movies total, how many are there?
Leprechaun movies?
Yeah.
There's 20.
Okay.
Yeah, wait.
There's a ton.
There's one in space, isn't
did you
there?
say?
I think
Yeah, there is.
he goes-
Did you say Leprechaun in the Hood or Back to the Hood?
just in the Hood?
Oh, in the Hood.
It's
Okay.
first one.
Yeah, and all right.
I get them mixed up like when I watch them because I mean obviously
Why I watch them it happens all the time?
I watched them more than once. Vampire's Kiss with Nick Cage.
Oh yeah,
One of the best
100%.
performances in movie history.
100%. But I
Ever.
can't even say that's a movie. I feel like that's factual.
It's
That's just them
amazing.
following him around.
It's basically a 10. Like I'd rate it a 10.
Yeah,
Like, it's that good.
absolutely. I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah. I gotta watch that one.
You never seen it?
I've seen clips, bits and
He
pieces.
follows
Oh
people
my.
around and attempts to bite them on the
Is
neck.
that the one where he's over the top acting throughout like the whole thing?
Yes.
So all of his movies, but this one like
he's
he,
convinced that he's a vampire.
Next level.
And
Yeah,
you never
11.
find out if he is or not.
he just hisses at people on the street. Just,
Yeah, it's daylight and he's walking around the streets of New York going like and trying to bite people.
in his house, he builds a giant pillow fort and hides underneath it because he thinks like sunlight burns him. And I have Sorority Boys
Ah, yes.
because I love Harlan Williams.
Yes.
He's great.
Harlan's the man.
There's a dildo fight. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
boy.
Like it's unbelievable.
How did this list turn into the most enjoyable episode?
I know.
And then the movie Terrifier, which is a horror movie, which is ultra violent, like
Oh yeah, it is over the top.
not well known horror movie, but it's really good. So-
Yeah.
But I guarantee I got terrible ratings just because it's so violent and
Incredibly violent.
Yeah.
Incredibly violent. But I like that list. Great list. All right, I'll go with mine now. Let me find my list here. It's around here somewhere. Here it is. All right, I got first, no particular order. I got Fool's Gold. I've mentioned this before.
Yeah, you just pointed it out when we were at Disc Replay by
I
Movies.
really, really enjoy it, and I've seen it actually.
it's getting to the point where I think you get paid when you mention that.
I've seen it probably 10 times, and I enjoy.
Good Lord.
It's got Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson. It's a love story, but it's also like a treasure hunting story. And I'm gonna be honest with you,
Ah!
very underrated cinematography in this movie. I'm not just playing when I say that. Very underrated cinematography. 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 Very underrated cinematogr Check it out. It's got Kevin Hart as well, Ray Winstone. It's got just a
I'm almost 100% sure I have seen it.
what's his Donald Sutherland. It's a good cast.
I love the Sutherland family.
And then also on the list, I got Wild Wild West.
I do know you love this also.
I love that movie so much. I've seen that countless times.
Literally, anytime we ask you, like, what do you mean by guilty pleasure? You go, Wild Wild West.
Will Smith and Kevin Kline, they got such great chemistry in that movie, and like some of the dialogue is so funny. I can quote that movie like line for
Probably
line.
more chemistry than Will Smith and his wife.
Yeah, they did. Like, just interviewed Will Smith, and he said that's the worst movie I've ever made. Like, I hate it. I hate it.
That's why it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I thoroughly enjoy that movie. And then next, I got actually a Christmas movie, a newer Christmas movie, Fat Man, with Mel Gibson.
I own it.
Yeah, I
That movie's great.
really love that movie. I didn't think it would be that good, and it's like a real take on like Santa. If Santa was like based in the real world, kind of. You know what I'm
We're
saying?
moving past that. Don't.
Okay, maybe.
No, you would not agree with that?
So many things about that sentence are insane.
Move on. Move on.
No, what? Wait, you would not agree with that? Is it not a real take on like Santa in the real world?
Oh my God, you said it again. Let's just move on to your number 4.
So you think that if Santa were a real person, he'd be like a John Wick man living in a farmhouse?
Not John Wick. He's very like normal unless you throw like
How is he not like John Wick? He's in
he's just a normal like 67-year-old dude.
who's in a like gunfight for 98% of the movie.
Yeah,
with a serial killer.
No, he's normal up until that point. And then next, I got a great horror movie that went downhill with the sequels. I got the Human Centipede. I think the first one's really, really good. Like
is, yeah.
super creepy actually, and a great
was
idea.
part 2 in black and white or was it color?
It was both, I think.
And then the 5th one, also a Christmas movie. You gotta love this one, Jingle All The Way, with
Yeah, that's
Arnold
a great
Schwarzenegger. One of the best Christmas movies of all time, in my opinion. I watch it every season, every year. I love it.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why you're staring at me like that.
All right. Those are our guilty pleasures, yo. We got some good ones. Check those movies out.
Don't.
Check those out. We love you and thank you for watching, and we'll see you
Troll 2, baby. They're eating her.
And then they're gonna
Then
eat
they're gonna
me.
eat me.
We'll see you soon.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me.